Joe is a professional hitman who picks someone off the street to do his errands, and after he is finished kills that person. His next assignment takes him to Bangkok, and as usual, he finds a streetwise guy named Kong to help him. After Kong has a close call and learns who Joe is, Kong asks him to train him, and he does. Joe also meets a local girl who is deaf and spends time with her, but he has a hard time keeping his other life from her. It also appears that the person who hired Joe has broken his rule of complete anonymity and tries to find him. This story deals with an American hitman, Nicolas Cage, also producer, in Thailand. He kills his victims with no remorse. The drug addict murderer forms a relationship with a young man, Pleasant Chokrat Yamnurm, as he teaches his craft to Thai hustler. Meanwhile, the killer falls in love with a deaf mute. In the first version, this handicap is borne by the murderous pharmacist, enjoyable Charlie Young, and he shares brief moments of happiness. This detailed study about an assassin and a youth he trains is an exciting movie with a great visual style. It concerns about murders, vengeance, a love story, and this one delivers it well. The picture reworks many familiar issues, as a double-crossed hitman falling in love. The rate of events blending drama and action are enhanced by extended length of the hunting scenes and occasional flashes of brilliance. There takes place a great deal of killing with some creative moments wrought from heavy stylistics and in a John Woo style. It succeeds in building intrigue, tension, and nice performances, thanks to the affecting acting of the girl who plays the deaf and mute. She's frankly marvelous. The characters are well portrayed and they are persons for who the viewer has feeling and compassion. Joe begins the assignment by driving up on a motorcycle, then killing all the people in a car when they stop at a red light. The next person he kills is a wealthy guy. He owns a hotel. This guy buys young girls for the sex slave trade. Joe breaks into the penthouse, while the guy is there, and then drowns him in the swimming pool. Joe decides to train Kong as his assistant. The third job is a disaster with Kong trying to help him. The guy runs, nearly escaping. Joe catches him after a very public high-speed chase in boats. Joe is forced to shoot him in front of many witnesses. Joe meets a woman named Fon, played by Charlie Young. She is deaf. She works in a pharmacy. He starts to like her, takes her to dinner, and even meets her mother. However, when attackers try to kill him, he kills them instead, with Fon in the middle of it being covered in blood. This scares Fon away from him. Joe tries to say goodbye to Fon before his last assignment, but the relationship is broken. The mafia tries to figure out who Joe is, but he scares them off. When he finds out his fourth target is the Prime Minister, he is not sure if he should go through with it. As he is almost ready to make the kill, he changes his mind. He is identified by security but is able to escape with the crowd when a panic breaks out. The mafia takes Kong and Aom. They want to kill them. Joe also becomes a target since he failed to kill the Prime Minister. Joe is attacked in his home by 4 mafia thugs. Joe realizes the mafia has Kong, so he goes to the mafia headquarters to rescue him. He kills almost all the mafia thugs. Kong and Aom are saved. As the mafia boss Surat tries to escape, Joe kills his bodyguards and gets in the back of the car with Surat. The police arrive. Joe is surrounded with no means of escape. He only has 1 bullet left in his gun. He forces Surat to put his head next to his and fires the gun, killing Surat and committing suicide at the same time. Remorseless assassin Joe, Nicolas Cage, is in Thailand to complete a series of contract killings for a crime boss called Surat, Naratisai Kalyaruik. He hires a street punk named Kong, Chokrat Yamnam, to run errands for him, all the while planning to kill the youth at the conclusion of his assignment. Instead, Joe becomes Kong's unlikely mentor and begins a tentative romance with a local shop girl. But as Joe begins to let his guard down, Surat decides it is time to clean house.